Recording. So let's jump right in. Today we're going to be talking about a few things actually. So we'll be starting with what is P2E Inferno for those of you who don't already know. And then we're going to talk about the Sepolia Odyssey, which is really why we're here. And then we'll walk through who it's for and how you can participate. And then we're going to talk a little bit about Speedrun Ethereum. And if there's still time, we are going to go ahead and go to the first challenge. But really, this call is just to get you to learn and know about the program that we have going on, which is the Sepolia Odyssey. So, without any further ado, let's jump right in. And to get started, I'll quickly introduce myself. My name is Danny Toms, and I am a software developer and blockchain builder. I like to think of myself as a Web3 builder, and I am the founder of P2E Inferno, as well as ETH Rwanda or Ethereum Rwanda, which is a community for developers and non-developers in Rwanda. So back to P2E Inferno. So P2E Inferno is a blockchain gaming guild, and we're focused on education, training, and basically onboarding new users into the Ethereum and blockchain ecosystem using gamification and incentives. So if you haven't heard about the term gaming guild before, it is simply a group of people who basically come together to play games. Traditionally, that's what the blockchain gaming guild means. And the reason P2E Inferno is that is because at heart, I am a gamer. I do love to play my video games. It is something that drives me a lot and helps me clear my head sometimes or just have fun. And as a result of my desire and love to play game, which is a passion, it drove me to break a lot of things when I was little and I had a desktop. I would break so many things just trying to get games to run. And that drove my curiosity to try to fix the things I broke because of my exploits in trying to play games. And that was how I started getting deeper and deeper into the tech space. And fast forward till today, now I know a lot of things as a result of the path that I took and the things that I fixed while trying to play my video games. And eventually, I went down the path of a software developer. And to connect with the other side of me, I still reached out to my gaming part. And I realized that in order to get people to really engage and interact with some of the things that are happening in the developer and on the blockchain space, it is it is good to make it fun and exciting and interesting for people. And that's where the whole idea of gaming comes in, where we gamify these processes and interactions so that it becomes less boring, more fun, and engaging to people. And at the end of the day, they get rewarded to use and learn about these applications or different concepts that is on the blockchain. So that is basically what a blockchain gaming guild means, and how we use this in P2E Inferno. This concept is we take basic activities that you would normally do, and we try to make it fun by turning things into challenges, bounties, or quests that you can go on and you can have rewards at the end. And we still do basic gaming too. It's not all just learning and stuff. We also actually play games. So, but we don't just do it traditionally. We try to integrate blockchain elements into the whole process. And so that is what makes us a blockchain gaming guild. The fact that we take some traditional games and we integrate blockchain concepts and processes into that whole system. And we also play blockchain based games as well as gamifying the process of learning and building to make it more exciting for our community and participants. So that is what blockchain P2E Inferno is about, and our mission is really to onboard the next 100 million to Ethereum, which is an ambitious goal, I would admit, but it is possible because there is a lot of upside to learning this technology. It is really new, and most of us right now, some of you that are maybe listening to this later or are on the call now, you might think that you're late because you may have heard of people that have made X amount of money on the blockchain doing whatever, and you might think that it's too late, but I just want to let you know that that is a wrong idea. You are all early. There's so many different aspects to the industry that you can tap into to really um, make money if that is what you're looking for. But beyond making money, if you want to make impact and you want to leave a legacy or do something fulfilling and mentally stimulating to challenge you to learn and grow, you can find that as well. And right now is the time for you to start doing this. So, with that said, it is absolutely possible to onboard the next 100 million in a planet of over 6 billion people, and in Nigeria, where we have over 200 million people. It is not so hard to imagine helping educate and onboarding 100 million. So that is our mission. And obviously, as a direct result of this onboarding and education, we would be able to improve a lot of lives and help people find their own path and their own way to success, which would be at least contributing to the growth of humanity. So that is what we are trying to achieve here at P2E Inferno. Now, what is the Sepolia Odyssey? The Sepolia Odyssey is a program that we at P2E Inferno designed to help people learn about various concepts on Ethereum. And this is because learning about the blockchain is not something that is done theoretically by reading and watching videos on YouTube or whatever, or just attending workshops. It is a practical experience that you can truly only understand once you go through it, once you've done the thing and you see how it works. And that's what the Sepolia Odyssey is about. It's about taking you through the experience of using the blockchain and doing those things in real life, but in a risk-free way. Because to use the blockchain, you're going to have to spend some money to get Ether or any other tokens, which would allow you to use these applications. And most people, especially when you're beginning, you don't have that money, you don't have those resources. And so you can't do any of these things. And so the Sepolia Odyssey is designed to take you through these processes on the test net so that once you are able to go through these things in a risk-free way by doing it on the test net, you would understand how it is, how it works, what it feels like. You know it because the test net is exactly like the main net, except it does not use real tokens. The tokens that it uses does not have real monetary value. It is basically for testing purposes, but the applications function the same way that they function on the live network. And so the Sepolia Odyssey will allow you to experience using these applications and what it feels like and get the knowledge without having to spend the resources. And that is truly what we're trying to do here, so that at the end of the day, everyone that has been through this will know what it takes to go and stake in an application, buy an NFT, make a transfer, or whatever it is that they do on the blockchain. You would know exactly how to do it because you would have done it and you would have gotten that experience. Now, as a direct uh, process for P2E Inferno, going through this whole process involves gamifying the whole activities that go on, as well as incentives that the participants have to get to continue to learn. And that is a big part of our process. So as we go through the Odyssey from various concepts and topics, there will be different bounties, quests, challenges with rewards to keep things exciting and allow people to continue to learn. And that's how we're going to be doing it. Just to checking if everyone is hearing me. If you can, if you're following, can I get a thumbs up or something to see that everyone is all right? Perfect. So that is what the Sepolia Odyssey is about. Now, who is it for? The Sepolia Odyssey is for everyone, obviously, because it is not just for developers. It is not just for researchers or uh, not just for non-technical people. If you are a developer and you are interested in building applications, then great, it's for you. You can build your applications. If you are just an enthusiast that wants to learn about the blockchain, it is also for you because you would be able to use different blockchain applications and understand what it feels like to use the blockchain. And if you are a researcher or you are just getting started, it's also for you because you will be able to get the necessary information and know-how, technical know-how and experience that you need to go out there on your own and discover things for yourself, especially to avoid the scams and pitfalls that are found out in the wild west of the blockchain, because there's a lot of grifters and scammers that are looking to take advantage of people who don't know. And so once you've been able to use the thing and you've done the real thing, you would be able to tell what the fake things are. So when you come across someone who's trying to scam you, you would know that, hey, this isn't how this works. I know how it works. I've used it. All right, so that's who it's for. It's for everyone. And how can you participate? Well, how you can participate depends on who you are, what category do you fall into. If you're a developer, you simply need to participate in the different building challenges that we will have. We will have different speedrun Ethereum exercises, and I'll be getting into that in a little bit. But if you're a developer, you can build out some of these applications and deploy it on the Sepolia test network. And that's one way you can participate. And if you're not a developer, a you're an enthusiast or you want to take up other careers on the blockchain, like maybe analyzing data, or you want to do things like content creation or prompt engineering, or maybe research, you want to do research or whatever thing that you want to do, you still need to have this knowledge. And so you can participate by um, engaging with our bounties and quests that are for non-technical people, which can go from simple things like having a research and reading about a specific topic to participate in some of the contests that we will organize. Maybe you might need to vote on certain things or use certain applications on the blockchain so that you will get the feeling and the experience of using those things. So these are the ways that you can participate. Some of the ways, obviously, it is not an extensive list, but those are some of the ways that you can participate if you are not a developer. And so that leads us to the next item on the agenda, which is the Speedrun Ethereum. So, Speedrun Ethereum is a series of challenges that is designed to help people, developers in particular, learn how to build applications on Ethereum. So there are different challenges, and it starts from the most basic one, which is a simple NFT. And the idea is to get developers to build and understand what an NFT is, how you can uh, buy, sell, transfer the NFT, and it goes on to a decentralized staking app. Staking is one of the things that the blockchain is really good for, and so building a staking app allows developers to really get a deeper understanding of the blockchain, how it works, and things that they can do with the concept of staking. And then there's the token vendor. A token vendor is pretty much like a typical vending machine. We don't have a lot of vending machines in Nigeria, but we've all watched movies where you see something like a refrigerator. It looks like it's got some soda or some kind of snack in it, and then you put in a coin or you put in some money, and then it gives you the item, whether it's a drink or it's a snack. So that is like a vending machine. And a token vendor kind of works the same. It's like a digital vending machine where you give it a token and then it gives you something back. So a token vendor is going to give you some other token back. So you can give it X token and it will give you some Y token back, or it can give you some Ethereum back. So that gives you some ideas of different things that you can build with that concept. And it really goes on. There's a lot more challenges. We're not going to go through all of the different um speedrun Ethereum challenges on this call because we are going to be going through them one by one on the Sepolia Odyssey. So that is a more developer focused activity, but we are still going to be doing some non-developer focused activities around the speedrun Ethereum challenges for our non-developer community members. So not everybody knows what an NFT is, and certainly not everyone knows what it takes to buy an NFT and do things like that. So we're going to be having those exercises as well for our non-developers where we can have research on what an NFT is, and then obviously practical activities like buying an NFT, transferring an NFT, and all those sorts of things, just to really get a feel of what it's like to do this and use this technology. So that is speedrun Ethereum, and getting into the speedrun Ethereum we would be focused on the first challenge. So, with that, I am going to pause and open up the floor for any thoughts, questions, and comments from those of you on the call. So, I am waiting. Does anyone have any questions or comments? If you are not comfortable unmuting yourself to speak, you can write it in the chat here so that I can take a look at it.
Yeah, GM everyone.
GM Samuel, how are you?
I'm good. Yeah, I wanted to ask for this speed run, how long is it like going to take? Because when you say speed run, I feel like maybe like the fastest or like is it going to take a month? Because when we are building stuff, we take like 1 month or so. So how long is this going to take?
That's a great question. And for the speedrun Ethereum, it is designed to be fast, but it really depends on you, the learner, how quickly you're able to understand and digest the thing. But the speedrun Ethereum challenges itself is designed to be fast and enable you to build fast. So it typically will not take a month. It's usually something that you can do within a few days. And to that, I will go ahead and do the first one, the first speedrun Ethereum challenge, which is the challenge zero, so that we can all see what it looks like to do a speedrun Ethereum challenge.
Okay, yeah, thanks. That answers my question.
All right then. So, anyone else have any questions before we get to the speedrun Ethereum challenge? Okay, I see no hands. Okay, Joshua raised his hand. So, all right, go ahead. You can unmute yourself and ask your question.
Okay, GM Danny, GM Samuel, GM Mubarak, and every other person. So please, I came in pretty late, so I don't know if you could, if it's possible for you to just do a quick recap, just the main points of everything you've said so far, so that I can catch up with you guys because I literally don't know what is even going on. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, well, we're actually having the call recorded, so you can reach and check back and just get some info. But I will do a recap at the end. But it's going to slow us down for me to go back and do a recap right now. So those are the options. You can either check back and view the recording, or you can uh, get some recap at the end of the call.
Okay, no problem. Thank you.
All right. So you're welcome. Is anyone else having any questions? Okay. So if you have a question as I go through the speedrun Ethereum, you can either drop it in the chat or unmute yourself and interrupt me while I am talking and ask a question. So, with that said, let's jump right into it. I will go ahead and share my screen. All right, I'm guessing everyone can see my screen. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Can you guys see my screen? I'm not sure I can see any thumbs up from anybody. Oh, sorry, my mic was muted. I was asking if you guys can see my screen.
Yeah, I
All
can
right,
see
perfect.
it.
All right, perfect. So, to get started, you would basically have to go to the website speedrunethereum.com, just as you spell it, as you say, it's speedrunethereum.com, and you would simply click on the first. This is challenge zero. simple NFT. And to get started, you click on this quest and it's going to open up this. And to do this challenge, you're going to obviously need a wallet. So first thing you want to do is grab yourself a wallet. If you're a developer, I would recommend you get MetaMask because it's one of the most straightforward wallets for building, but you can use anyone that you like, you prefer. There's Coinbase wallet, there's the Uniswap wallet and Rainbow wallet. There's a bunch of wallets now, but MetaMask is the go-to, my go-to for building. So uh, once you're here and you have your wallet, you want to connect your wallet and so that's going to save your progress with the Speedrun Ethereum, because once you're done, you're going to need to submit your challenge by clicking this. But I am not going to do this because I've already done that before. So let's just go through the challenge. The first thing you want to do is make sure you read the instructions. Do not skip reading the instructions. So this tutorial, reading the instructions like from here where I'm highlighting, this tutorial is meant for developers that already understand the basics. And if you don't understand the basics, you want to click and open up this video. It's right here and it's not that long. It's about 27 minutes, which gives you some of the basics. And if you would like a more gentle introduction for developers, watch our 15 video Web 2 to Web 3 series. And this will take you through different concepts and different building uh, prerequisites to transition from a Web 2 developer to a Web 3 developer. And it is uh, a video series that is made by Build Guild. Build Guild is a DAO of open source builders that is dedicated to education and giving small grants to upcoming high impact developers. I'm also a member of the Build Guild. And so if you would like an introduction to this, you can go watch this Web 2 to Web 3 series. So now into the challenge, create a simple NFT. You compile and deploy your first smart contracts. Then you use a template Next.js app full of important Ethereum components and hooks. Finally, you deploy an NFT to a public network to share with friends. So this is what you'll do in this challenge. The final deliverable is an app that lets users purchase and transfer NFTs. Deploy your contract to a testnet, then build and upload your app to a public web server. Submit the URL on speedrunethereum.com. That's how you complete your challenge. Meet other builders working on this challenge and get help in the Challenge Zero Telegram. So there's a Telegram group for people that have done this challenge and are doing this, and there's people there to help get you support if you get stuck. But you can also reach out in the P2E Inferno developer channel for support, not in the general channel because we don't want to get rowdy. So you can also get support in the P2E Inferno developer channel. So if you have any questions during your challenge, you can try out our challenge AI assistant and get answers to your challenges or scaffold it questions. Please reach us in Telegram if something feels wrong. And this is talking about the Build Guild. So you can always reach out if there's anything wrong. So, checkpoint zero environment. Before you begin, you need to install the following tools. So, you need to have Node.js installed, Node.js version 18 and above. You need to have Yarn and you need to have Git. So, I've already have these things installed, but if you don't, you want to click on these links to open up these websites. So, you can head over to Node here. This will help you download Node.js. But since my recommendation, if you're a developer, is Node.js is always improving and releasing updates. So I would recommend you download and install Node Version Manager, which is NVM. So we're going to type Node Version Manager, and this is it. You can, I think I've done this already, which is why this link is highlighted, but you can just follow this guide and install NVM. And what that's going to help you do is going to help you install a specific version of Node so that you can switch between different versions. Because if you're a dev and you're working on different projects, which even if you're just getting started right now, you might get involved in a project that the project requires you to use Node 16. And if you're using Node 18, it's going to not work. So, or, a project might require you to use Node 22. Meanwhile, your Node version that you're using for the main projects you're working on is Node 18. And so for you to be able to switch between these different Node versions, you need to use the Node version manager so you can easily switch. And then you should get Yarn here. This shows you how to install Yarn, but I prefer to install Yarn globally. And the next thing you want to get is Git, which is a version control software that allows developers to collaborate and uh, save their projects on GitHub. So Git is just one of these version control system softwares. So once all of that is done, the next thing you want to do is you want to download the challenge by copying this code. So I am going to copy this and head over to VS Code and open up a folder in my projects. I'm just going to create a folder. So I've already done this whole thing before, but I will do it again. New speedrun challenge 0. And I'll open up this folder and open up my terminal. The way to open up your terminal if you're on Windows is Control Backticks, which is what I use to toggle this. And now this is here. I am going to paste this in. It's not working. Copy manually. Okay, so it's stuck. I'll kill that. All right. Okay, so I paste that and I hit enter, close this out. It's asking, do you want to proceed? I click Y, enter, and just wait for that to install. So I'm going to head back to the instructions. In the same terminal, start your local blockchain instance. So what we're going to do is head back to our terminal. It's still installing. It's not done yet. This will take a while. So we're just going to wait for this to install the project. And this is going to allow us to start a local blockchain. So I'm going to talk a little bit about what is going on here while we wait. So this Speedrun Ethereum and this whole project, this is where it's being installed. This is the GitHub repository we just cloned. And what is happening is this whole project here is built with a framework known as Scaffold Eat. And Scaffold Eat is a framework that is built by the Build Guild, and it allows you to build decentralized applications on Ethereum very fast because it is made with Next.js and hard hat or TypeScript for your smart contract development and Next.js for your front end and back end. And so it is like a full package. It comes with components, ready-made components that you can use for your application. If we head into the Next.js folder right here on my left-hand side, I'm going to click Next.js and you go to components. You can see there's a folder called Scaffold It, which has different already made components for you to tap into. There's address for getting an address component input and even an already set up connect your wallet button. So these things are already there for you and they allow you to not have to do these things yourself. Now, when you use scaffold, it makes your life so much easier building smart contracts. So when you are a developer, you are going to be working with your local blockchain at first before you deploy to a test net. And once you've tested your application and it's working as expected, that is when you should deploy your application to a live blockchain. So you don't want to just build an app and deploy to a live blockchain because of the fact that it could have bugs. And if you have deployed it, then you can't change the code. So that is what we're trying to do here, but the project is not installing. We're running into an error. Let's see. So I think this has to do with some sort of network problem. I'm going to try it again. The problem is we already have the project in the folder. Let's see where it broke down. It's in the installing the packages. Okay, so I'm going to do yarn install. Let's see what happens. Because the project is already here, meaning that it has cloned it. It's on our local disk, but I don't know what this error is about. It didn't finish the installation. So I am going to run yarn install and see what happens. Do we have any questions so far? Okay, no questions. All right, so I'm gonna head back to the terminal, open up a different window. Is someone trying to speak?
I have a question.
Okay, go on.
Okay, so we are using hard hat in this project. Assuming I don't want to work with hard hat because I build with Foundry. So would that be possible?
Yes, it would be possible. I let me look at the challenge to see if you can do this challenge with Foundry. So the Scaffold Eat framework allows you to switch between Hard Hat and Foundry. But what I am not certain of is if the Speedrun Ethereum challenges allows you to work with Foundry. That is what I am not sure of. But if it's about building with Foundry, with Scaffold Eat, you can definitely do that because I have some Foundry projects with Scaffold Eat, but there's nothing on Foundry here. Let me go all the way down. Let me see. There's nothing on Foundry here. Let me try to search if I can find something scaffold on Speedrun Ethereum while we wait. Um, okay, there's really um, there's really no Speedrun Ethereum directly for Foundry. Okay, this thing is installed, and right here we didn't actually it didn't have us specify whether we wanted to use hard hats or Foundry. So I don't think that it is like Foundry is available for the Speedrun Ethereum challenge. So
Okay.
yeah. So to move on, we're going to copy this and start our local blockchain, paste that in, and oh, I am not. Of course I am. Now that is a problem. If we're in here and it's telling this, then there's some serious problems. So I might have to delete this and run it over. That took a lot of time. I hate that I'll have to do it again, but that's what we have to do. Let's see. Is it done? It's not done yet. We now have to go back out of that folder. And it's not gonna let us completely do this because it's open here. Um, I'll use this, close this out and open a new terminal window. Because that is a different project. You don't want to go about messing with projects you have open as a developer. So I'm going to cd to my documents and projects and new speedrun. So I'll paste it here. So let me see if I can. Nah, okay, still a problem. I was gonna check if it would ask about the hard hat or foundry thing, but instead what we are getting is the same error. Um, what I want to do is run this as an administrator so we don't get that. But that does not make any sense, but it's telling us it can't create it. So we'll leave that folder and try it outside. Okay, the file exists and I'm going to change the name. So we couldn't create it the first time because the file already existed and so it was failing and I had to change the name to have it create another one. And hopefully this time we get our project created without any stories because we're almost at the top of the hour and I would love to get this one done because the challenge is this. So here's what is up for the 100 up tokens for this challenge and what we want you to do because this is the developer focused one. We will have another one for non-developers, but this is the developer focused one. And what we want is we're going to be giving the $100 to the first builder who's going to be able to complete the challenge and deploy the application to um, any of the either Arbitrum Sepolia or base Sepolia. So we are still running into the same problem, which is interesting. Now I would have to look into this error because we're almost time. It's supposed to be for an hour and this is almost 8 o'clock. But basically what we want you to do is complete the Speedrun Ethereum challenge, deploy your application to either Arbitrum Sepolia or Base Sepolia, and you would submit your deployed application URL to the WhatsApp group, and the first person to complete that gets the win. It's the winner. Like obviously you have to have completed the speedrun Ethereum successfully, meaning you have done all of the all of the challenges. There's a bunch of checkpoints, you know, to do if you go through this. And I am not exactly sure why this error is coming up while we are trying to do this. Let me just quickly, carefully go through the error messages in the console. So this error really doesn't make any sense to me. It's talking about some some part of the connection was closed before it completed everything. So there's another way to do this. I would like to ask if you guys want me to continue and show you that, or would you want to go try this out on your own? Let me get some feedback from you guys on the call. If I should spend like another 10 minutes try and show you the other way. Feedback. I am asking a question.
It will be better if we try it on our own. Our time is fast spent.
Okay. All right then. That is fine. So I will be in the P2E Inferno group, and if you need any help, you can reach out. But the other way, just so I before we close this out, I might as well tell you verbally so you can check it out. So the other way that you can do this is to get the GitHub repo, and you should be able to find it somewhere on here, or just try to get the GitHub repo for this. You can see this, view it on GitHub, and then you clone it manually, like like clone the repo, how you would normally clone a repo, and then you would work with that one. So that is the other way that you can do this without having to use this command that is here. Let's go all the way up. Without having to use this command, you can go to the repo, clone it, and then try to do the thing. So circling back to the question Joshua asked, which is about a recap. We talked about what P2E Inferno is about, and P2E Inferno is a blockchain gaming guild focused on education and onboarding, training developers and non-developers uh, on blockchain concepts and Ethereum. So we also talked about the Sepolia Odyssey, which is our initiative to help people learn about uh, things that they can do on the blockchain, basically gain experience in a risk-free way. So they would be able to use applications and test different concept, buy things and do different things on the blockchain without having to spend their own money, because they will be doing those things on a test network while still being able to earn rewards and tokens on a real network. So you would go through the experience on a test net, which is free, but you would earn the tokens on a live network, which you can actually cash out and do whatever you want with. So, who is it for? It is for everyone. If you're a developer or you are not a developer, there's going to be a way for you to participate. So how can you participate? You can participate by doing the speedrun Ethereum challenges and building if you are a developer, or you can take on the bounties and quests for non-developers, which might involve things like research, using some of the applications that the developers have built, and participating in different other community initiatives that we will be having, which you would know about in the community WhatsApp group and all that. So that's how you participate. And then we went on to talk about Speedrun Ethereum, which is the different challenges that you can take on to learn about building and some of the different concepts on Ethereum. So that is a high level for what we just covered in today's call. And we will be putting out some more information. And like I said, if you need any help getting through this, you can drop it in the chat and we will definitely respond to that. So without taking any more of your time, because we're 5 minutes over time, I'd like to thank you all for being here, and I will see you on the next one. If there's any questions or comments before we go, definitely raise your hand, unmute yourself, and ask. Okay, I don't think there's any. So thank you all for joining. Samuel, Peace, Mubarak, Timmy, Joshua. Appreciate you all, and I'll see you on the next one.